Hello and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. I'm here today to show you my journal that I made during the month of December. And during this month, I decided to challenge myself in 3 ways. I did Dear Julie Julie's journal challenge for December, make a journal in 12 days. I finished all the elements and they are added into one of these 3 signatures. I did all of the prompts from Louisa and Barbara at 49 Dragonflies, and they are all in this journal. And I also, in late November, purchased Tracy Fox's tags and made them all during the beginning of the month, except for this one, which I made this morning. So I will be showing you a little bit of all of this during this flip through. Now, this journal is made for me. I'll be using it next year in 2023 for the month of December, for my December daily. And I'm going to start with the middle, or the first signature, which is the first 10 days or 10 days of December. So I have my beautiful fluffy tassel on the binding. It is a Midori bound journal using a placemat. On my dangle, I have a dragonfly on this side and a fox on this side, which were stamps that I had in my stash, and that is my closure. The front cover of the first signature starts with a tag that hangs down in December 2023 traditions, and then a page tab. There's a little tattoo there, and the back of the page tab is also a stamp that I found on the first day of Christmas my true love gave to me. And then in the first pocket I have actually a book with the whole song of the 12 days of Christmas, and then I have Tracy's first tag. So all of my tags I have made so that I can document inside the tags what happened that day. So each and every one I've made as a booklet, and you will see that. I'm not going to show you details of everything. This is the first one of the prompt list, and it is a mason jar with some fluff. Has my name on it here, and this is a card that has my name on it. We have a pocket with a tag in it, and on this pocket I sprinkled some paint and made it look like snow, and again, that's the back of the card. Put a little pocket on it with some elements, and I have another pocket here with the Tracy tag in it, and that is an envelope that belongs to the card. I researched Advent for next year and discovered that on the 3rd is the first day of Advent, which is hope. So I made a cluster from one of the 10 clusters in Julie's challenge. I've added a dangle paper clip, and I've put in a Tracy label. This is a beautiful edge. So now you'll see that this is day 3 tag, this is day 3 page, and this is a bright colored journal card, and I put some ribbon on the edge and another 3. This is day 4, which begins with a wrapping paper envelope, and in it has a beautiful journal card, and it gets tucked into an edge that I did some stenciling, and then I covered it with some stickles. And day 4 tag is in a pocket, and the pocket is made from recycled art, which was some jelly print roll paper that I had, and it's made into a coin envelope, and it has the 2 pockets. and I just put some extra note paper in that top pocket. I used wrapping paper, I used a paper bag, I've used a gift bag. This is day 5 on a cluster. Day 5 tag is a tab page that flips out. And this is a paper clip and another large journal card that was actually made from a greeting card. It actually has a letter from 1988 on it to my mom and to my dad. And I added a cluster, and this paper clip is actually a money clip. I have quite a few from my work because they don't give them out anymore and they were going to throw them out. So that I just added a few embellishments to it. And on day 6 I have a large tag made from a bingo card and some feathers. Lots of room in there, and with a little belly band. And then day 6 tag. Again, lots of room for journaling. This is a flip-flop for day 7, and it has a couple of pages in there for extra writing space. This is my tag, and it has my handwritten memory in it, and it is also a loaded tag. So I wrote a little note to myself about making this journal this year and the challenge that I gave myself. So when I look back next year and see that, I'll remember it fondly. This is a little dangle that I just made from a piece of a scrapbook edge. This is another edge that I just tucked day 8 into, and it has an extra little card tucked into the side pocket. And this is the other side of the dangle or bookmark for in the journal. This can be moved around. It's just attached with a bulb pen, and it has DearJulieJulie's digital on it. Some music paper. This is day 9, and it has an extra tag tucked into the tag. This here is a collage using collage fodder and junk mail, and I just collaged inside of the card, and now I can journal on all 4 sides of the card. And this is the back of the greeting card that I used at the front. Lots of room for journaling, and I just paper clipped that all together with a cluster. And day 10, beautiful tag. I've tucked 2 extra little journal spots underneath the stars, a belly band with some extra embellishing on it. This is a rusty bookmark. So it was a card that had just a beautiful piece of metal, and then I had a paper clip that was already rusted and added a few more elements. And I also tucked in the journaling prompts from DearJulieJulie, and that will move throughout the journal as we go. So when I'm finished with day 10, I will remove that from the journal and add in the next day. So we're going into day 11 to 20 now, and we start with the handmade stamp. So I made a partridge and I made a pear, and I made a hidden journal clip from that, and tucked into that is another beautiful card front that has the 12 days of Christmas and the different elements, and I just tucked that inside. And then we have a cluster here and the 11th tag. This is a page of DearJulieJulie's digital. There are, I think, 6 pages in the 3 signatures. plus some extra bits. Oh, and the numbers I took from Dear Julie, Julie's digital as well. So not only do I have the numbers on the Tracy tags, I also have a number on somewhere in the journal for each page on another element. This is a lace postcard, and I actually made it into a postcard, and I put a stamp on the back that has Santa with his bag on the back, and I canceled it with the North Pole cancel stamp, and it just goes in the music. I utilized an awful lot of old Christmas cards during this journal. This is an acetate banner, and I filled it with, there's the piece that fell off earlier. So this, I filled it with just little gems and stuff that I had. And we have a few blank pages there to journal on. This is another paper clip that is got a large dangle. It was a piece of packaging that I turned into a paper clip. I have some hot chocolate on that side and my gingerbread cookie on that side, and then the tag just wraps around the page. And then we have some more book pages. This is 13. This is a beautiful ready edge that I attached, and that's a paper poinsettia. So the flowers that I used to focus on were the poinsettia and the holly berry leaves. That is a piece of gift wrap or gift bag. And for 14 we have a corner tuck, which we embellished with different things, and the Father Christmas. And this element is the matchbook, and I put different papers in it, and another Christmas card, and lots of embellishings. So I have extra paper that I can move around if I need it for other places. So my tattoos are stamped on the tissue paper that you put in gift bags. So the white tissue paper, and then I added some ink and then some gems, and that qualified for my 3 pieces. The leaves, and this element is for leaves in envelope, and I've made one earlier this fall and it turned out really nice, so I made another one where I made it out of a piece of eco-dyed paper, added some stenciling, some rub-ons, then I attached a corner tuck that I'd stamped and embossed. I put in the Tracy tag with another little extra journal card for in there, and that will sit in there. And in the back it has another beautiful large journal card. And here is 15, which is another tag tucked into another beautiful paper clip. And in the pocket we have a packaging with an index booklet. So there's the index paper, and it turned into a booklet, and I put the packaging on the front and tucked in another little card and decorated it with different elements. This is my first double tuck rub-ons, and these rub-ons came from Ninny's Napkins, and they just made the journal cards, just let that be the focus with a few little edges there to pull it out. There's a stamp, day 16. And here is 17, which was Joy, the Advent Sunday Joy, and that's on the cluster with the 17 tag. And then we have 18, which is a small little gift bag that I cut apart, and I used it for a pocket and added a beautiful hot chocolate tag. Again, that is the inside of a gift bag as well. And we have 19. Again, it's a flip-flop. And during this flip-flop, I did a homemade stencil. I just took my snowflake punch. I punched it out 4 times on one and then staggered the next 3, and I just used it over and over, and I stenciled on each page of the children's lined paper. Decorated the pocket, or the flip. And 19 starts with a beautiful tag again that is paper clipped in. And I've also made these 2 extra pieces as a hidden paper clip. And then we have a side tuck, and another one of the flip outs. And the last page is the 20th day, beautiful digital on this side, a journal card, and family and friends on that tag. And now for tag 21 to 31, we have the 3rd signature. And it starts with a beautiful pocket and a large journal card. And again, these came from greeting cards, and I added the poinsettias for there. Beautiful digital. This is a fabric page tab, and I again did a rub on, and this one's an older one. I don't know where I got these old ones from, but they don't rub as good as the Ninny napkins do, that's for sure. We also have our tag in there. Father Christmas again. Another Christmas card. And on this one I made a notebook, and I used quite a few different pages there, and I tucked it into a pocket. Again, made it of a Christmas card. And we have a ready edge that just tucks in under the ready edge, and Father Christmas on the other side. I had quite a few of these cutouts dies, so I used them. Here we have a fabric pocket, which is actually a gift bag. I used the whole gift bag to make just glued it right into my journal. I embellished it and put in the tag for Tracy. This is a button and a tea bag prompt. So the tea bag is one of those large tea bags that you get when you buy the tea, and I just tucked in a little journaling card and decorated the top. This is day 24, and it's also Advent piece, and it has the tag of 24, and then it has a flip-flop again. And then from there I printed Tracy's digitals 6 more times because I wanted 31 tags. So this is the one that I made before I discovered that there was a freebie on her website. If you subscribe to her newsletter, you can download this one. So I made this one this morning, which is Christmas Day, and we celebrated yesterday because we are Dutch and we celebrate on Christmas Eve. And I just made, again, a very useful tag for me to put lots of information because we can have lots of people. So I'll stick that one in there for now too and decide on which one I'm going to use next Christmas Day. I also have a prompt here from Barbara and Louise, and it is an envelope insert in water. This one I had to think about for a while. So most of the I did all of the tags first, then I had to plan my journal, so I put all the tags in where I thought the pages would be, and then I started looking and studying the prompt list, and I made some of them, but I didn't do anything else because I had with Julie's challenge I had to do things in order. So until I got to the very end of that, where I can make all the tags and the journaling cards, that's when I really took those prompts and worked with them. So this is just a regular tag that I tucked in there because I had nowhere else to put it and I wanted that image. This is an insert. Again, we put some sparkles and some paint on that journaling card. And this is my water image. It was a page from a magazine, and then I added the deer standing in the water that I fussy cut it out of a card. And this is my second double tuck, and I really like this double tuck. It turned out really nicely. I had some scrapbook kits for card making, and I've never used them before, so I decided I was going to use them in this journal. I could put all my favorite things in this journal because it's going to be for me to enjoy for the rest of my life. So I have those there tucked into that side. Another page of the book magazine. This is another, oh, this tag tucks into Dear Julie Julie's page. I just sliced it there and tucked the tag right into the page. And then there's 27, and again, using leftovers or reprints from Tracy's kit, I made a few more. And then this one here, paper dolls and the flower. And I had this card that was the house, and I really wanted to use it, so I covered it with white paper. I can still see that this came from Michael and Emily and Owen, and that would have been quite a few years ago. I cut out two more little children from another card. And remember that game where you slide the things back and forth and you just go up and down and slide it up back and forth? Well, that's what I envisioned them seeing. So this is another piece of card that I cut that had a poinsettia on it. And they are playing that game out front of their house. And then we have another beautiful paper clip folding down the tag. We have another card tucked in a pocket that's embellished. We have the tea and coffee stained specimen card, and I didn't really have any animals in this one, so I decided to use every snowflake is different, so I put some snowflakes in there so you could see that the snowflakes are different. And again, this is tea dyed paper that I eco-dyed, and I used tea bags in it. And then some ribbon and some embellishments. 29, I again used these images, but changed it up a little bit. And there's just a regular tag tucked into another cluster. And there is another ready edge, and this ready edge is actually, again, another piece of packaging. You can see that that's where it hangs on the hook at the store. I've added a little bell and a Christmas light bulb and a star on there. And then I have my 30th tag. Another journal card. I used napkin on two like different parts of the napkin, the first layer and the second layer, and put them, I used up the whole piece after I cut it up and found different uses for it, so it's all gone. And that is made into an edge. And here's another edge that I made out of a Christmas card, and I tucked in just a plain journaling card and then another Christmas card that I kind of wanted to have put in there. And the last page is a couple more cards. One of the ribbon deer says, ho ho ho, Santa Claus is on the way. You're never too old to search the skies on Christmas Eve. And then my very last element is a ATC, and it needed to have leather. So I made this that says, oh dear, Christmas is over and so is the year. And I used my die cuts to cut out leather. So this is leather, green leather and red leather. and that made my poinsettias for the ATC. And I have a few extra of those that I can send out for trading. And this is the last tag, December 31st, and it's the Christmas buttons. And thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. It was an awful fun, and I can't wait till next December when I can start using this journal. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.